and welcome to 1984. This is Nuston Manor Farm. We've got an arable and bee farm here, and we run all 4 tractors. So let's go and see what's going on today. Everyone is doing what they should be doing on the farm tonight. So we'll give you a little look around in a minute. Need to sort out what's going on here this morning. I wish someone would clean up that hay shed. What is going on here? I've got to go and fill the combine up with fuel. I bet that's that YTS student's done that. I did only say fill it half full. Putting too much pressure on that drawbar could snap. And it'll send that 7.6 into space. So we've got this trailer that's been made out of an old lorry body, and when it's on the 7.6, which is one of our biggest tractors, it can't be full up, otherwise it will just put too much pressure on it to the weight. So where is he? Can you go and get a jack and some blocks, because that trailer's now got to come off of there. I did only say load it half full. So these are all our beef animals here. Now we've got about 8 or 10 tractors here. Now our load of tractor is this 7,000. See, the other 2 have actually gone out today, and the 6.6 and the other 7.6, or one of the other 7.6s. We've got this county which we've had for about 3 years now. This is the biggest tractor, and that does all the heavy work, like the ploughing mainly. We managed to get hold of that about 3 years ago. We were struggling up to that point, because up to not so recently, for quite a few years, all we've had is the 7,000s or 5,000, 6,000, 7,000s that have then turned to this, but they've all been 2-wheel drive. So we've had a right job trying to do heavy work for these sorts of tractors, because they're all 2-wheel drive. And most of the counties which then came in have all been spoken for because they're in high demand. But we did manage to get this one about 3 years ago, so it's been quite a workhorse. So we've got grain bins and a grain shed there. We have spent out a lot of money on these barns and a straw barn a year or 2 ago, because we needed some new barns. The old ones were a bit dilapidated. So we've got some brewer's grains in there, our Vicon fertiliser spreader, some seeds, and Nitram sacks or ICI fertilisers. Swordsman and Nitram I think we've got for grass and arable. We've had this turn up in the last day or so, which is from someone called West. They're trying to make some muck spreaders, and they think they're going to be able to make big muck spreaders like this. Quite a different size to the old Howard thing we've had. So we'll have to see how that goes. If not, we'll have to switch back to a normal side spreader. It's quite a massive thing, but apparently that's a prototype and they want us to try it out. So we'll have to get that uncovered again today. So this is our grain shed. It normally goes into the bins. We don't use this area too much. Someone didn't do a very good job on the old floor. All the weeds are coming through. And this is our grain trailer. Little fuel bowser. That's a new tractor that actually turned up yesterday, and we're waiting at the moment for them to bring us the keys and all the paperwork for it. So we can't actually use that because I think it's locked. And there's a different key for the door, so we can't use that at the moment. For some reason they went off with the keys. So, and we have got another new tractor which came about a week or two ago, which is just down there on the straw trailer. This is one of our old trailers here. Things are getting pretty dated now and more stuff is coming available, but we've had this old lorry, articulated lorry trailer converted into a bale trailer, so we can pull that around, but we need something quite substantial to pull that around. So this TW35 that we've had for a few weeks has now been on there, carting our straw. This is where the combine lives when it's back at home. There's a couple of old trailers there. That's the straw we've got in so far. We are just in the process of doing our last field. We've got two silage plants here. One's full up, the other one's nearly empty. Another load of straw. Now we've got two Ford 6.6s and a 7.6 here. They're actually going. The shop's coming to price them up because we're getting rid of these three in exchange for now having the TW35 and the Ford 8.2. We're going to no longer need these now, so they'll be getting priced up and got rid of. And I think the county will be as well, but I think there's a local farmer and shop at the moment arguing over the price of that. So we're just going to help this YES student sort this tractor out because we don't want any accidents. And we'll get this jacked up, got on a block. Doesn't seem to have done any damage. Yeah, so the three tractors that are going and the county will be replaced by those other two at the moment until something better comes along. So we've got that off and put a block on it, so we'll have to use something else to pull that to where we want it to pull it. So let's go and get this bowser and get this combine sorted out. So this is our old drill that we'd normally use. We drill our crops, but we've just got hold of this, which is the very latest drill, a Cord DL. So we're going to be giving that a try to drill our crops this year. Apparently it's the latest thing. So our bowser's full up, so we'll get down the road. We have only got 3 arable fields, but 2 of them are actually quite big. Well, one of the biggest ones at the moment. So our farm's just down a dead end side road here, near the church. So have to watch that bells on here because the wheels stick out further each side than the Land Rover. Our other guys should be out here. One's just out there harrowing. The other one's just disking out here. I'm just going over this railway bridge. Do the combine in the field we started yesterday. We can get that filled up in our New Holland 8070. So it normally does quite a good job, doesn't give too many problems, maybe a couple of times a year. Right, that's him off and going for today. This is all ready to go this morning. So we need to get back and get a trailer sorted. I've got other jobs to do first. That's that uncovered and moved over here. So we'll be putting some of it in here and some of it we'll be selling. They do like to make a mess. We put a bit of a tarpaulin down. So we need to sort out a grain trailer. And that load of manure, which was supposed to be half a load of manure, was actually going up to the allotments for the gardens up there. Someone's bought some for £50 a load. And now it's double the amount. We're still having to do it at £50. So we'll have to get something to get that up there. So we've got the grain trade on the 7.6, but we'll have to wait for that load of manure until the shop bring us the stuff for that new tractor that we haven't got yet, the keys, etc. I'm just going to pop in the house and ring up the guy we're supposed to be taking the manure to say that we're going to be a bit delayed because of issues. Right, that's okay. I said we'll bring it later or tomorrow. That's him unloaded for that bit. So we'll leave that there. It looks like he's on his way back up. So it'll be a while before he fills that up. So I'm going to walk over to the shop and find out what's happening with this stuff with this other tractor. There's no point in me buying a bigger tractor if I can't use it. So you've got no machinery at the moment at all then? No, it's all out in high demand, is it? Okay. Anyway, have you got the keys and all the stuff for my new tractor? Because whoever dropped it off went off with them. Okay, I'll wait it. Well, there's normally a few bits and pieces in there, but there's nothing. They're just cleaned out. Right, it's given me the paperwork and the keys for the new tractor. So I'll have to walk back and go and get it. So I guess we'll get rid of this load of manure first. That gets that out of the way and that job done. And this has actually got a pickup hitch, so I ain't got to worry about any drawbar bending. Still makes it sit down a little bit though, with that block. So we're going to take this up to the allotments in the new tractor. We've actually got a shortcut to the other road. That seems to pull that, absolutely no trouble. Seems to be just the right size for this tractor. So we'll see how we do up this hill. Yeah, I don't think that 7.6 would have pulled it up there. Even if we had attempted to try and do it. Let's find out when I actually want to put this. See if there's anyone in the main hut. So that's done that job. Tipped that and delivered that. Sure, we'll pop in and pay us later. So now everyone seems to be sorted out with their cultivating and harvesting. I'm going to jump on this 7.6. This is the one that was on the muck trailer, and start round baling the straw out in that field. The straw out in that field will probably be sold. I think it's going to another dairy farm because they need the straw, so they will come and get that themselves or get it carted. So we'll get this out there and get baling. So we're just starting round baling out here. I'm not going around the outside yet, because he is still combining, so we'll do the outside last. So we'll probably give this dairy farm a ring tonight and tell them they can start picking up bales. Probably going to take us a couple of days to bale all this anyway, as if nothing goes wrong. Hello and welcome to 1984 Part 2. So I must first apologise for the first video. I kept referring to this as a TW35 and it's not, it's a TW25. But that's what we got on there as a TW25. So that is ready to go ploughing anyway. And the counties are gone now, and the other 3 Fords that were there. The county's gone and the 3 Fords that were there. So this has more or less replaced the county. So the field that we were last combining out there, the dairy farms cleared all the straw, so we can go and plough our field. I'm just going to go in our workshop. Got a phone in there. So someone said the shop was trying to call or something, so we'll just hang on for them to ring back. Hello. Hello, how you doing? You got something down the shop you want me to come have a look at? Okay. Have you got the bucket of staples that I ordered about a month ago? Okay, I'll make my way down shortly. So we'll just get off down the shop and find out what they want. Oh, they've actually got some tractors in here for a change. Wait. They don't look... something different about them. They look like new ones I've seen in magazines. Go and find out what's going on here. Got four-wheel drive. It's the new 10 series. It does look nice. 6610 four-wheel drive. 7610 four-wheel drive. And two-wheel drives. Five 610. I think they went down to a 4 610 as well. I think that was a little bit smaller. That's what the book showed in the magazines. Let's go and have a word with them and see what's going on. Right, so they've put two tractors aside that they want us to try because we're about to start drilling. They want us to try out the 6610 and a four-wheel drive 7610. And they've come up with this crazy idea of a power harrow. A powered harrow. They've said we did have a Howard rotavator before, but we've actually wrecked the thing. So there's this one that's been restored, or they said we can try this newfangled power harrow thing. So I said we'll give it a go. So we're going to put that on one of these and give it a go, because we're going to be drilling today. So I'll just pop over and see how he's getting on ploughing. So hopefully he's doing alright out here. Seems to be getting on alright. How's it going? You love this newfangled machinery, don't you? I'll let you get on with it. He's loving that new tractor. So we can start drilling our other fields. Great job out there. So we'll go back and get the drilling stuff set up. And we'll probably start out here. So we're out here now. I've just bought some seeds on a trailer out here with the 7.6. And we've got this 6610 on this power harrow thing. can't go too fast when you're doing that job. Makes a better job the slower you go. Smashes it up more. Seems to be doing a really good job. So we've got the power harrow on the 6610. So maybe that's the sort of thing where he needs to be in the field ahead. He needs to be power harrowing way ahead of the drill. Because I thought it could drill this quicker than that will. Power harrow. Powering away quite nicely. He's not long been out. So these are the very latest tractors. Hopefully they're not going to give too many problems. But time will tell. So we're just going to get this filled up with seed, ready for him to start drilling. So he's just going to start drilling out here now. That seems to be working very well. And we're getting this in quite early, so we don't need wheel cages or dual wheels. It's got the four-wheel drive. The ground's not too wet at the moment. He seems to be alright there, so we'll leave him to it. He'll fill himself up with seed when he gets empty. I'm going to go for a walk up here, I'll show you how to get on ploughing. We have had the 8210 come out with our brown subsoiler because the land is a bit hard. It's been quite a dry summer. And just to loosen it up a bit for the plough. If tractors and machinery keep getting bigger, we can start doing other work or get more land and grow more crops. The 8200 out here on our Browns machine. So I think it's probably going to take them a few days. They're going to be out here for a couple of days. even with the old tractors, you might have done it in the same amount of time, but the ground will be a lot better when it's finished. With that new power hour, it'll make it quite smooth, and that new drill will make good seed beds. Hello and welcome back to the Ford farm. We are now in 1986, tail end of 1986, going into 1987, and we have a whole new fleet here. Most of the old tractors we had before are gone, apart from one, and we have some new equipment as well. So time has moved on a bit. We've still got an old 7610, but we've got a new class rollout 66 baler, round baler, not far off being brand new. We've got a tear-up mower, and we have a new fleet of Super Q cabs. So we've got a few different tractors. We've got a few 7610s and a 6810 and a 6610. So we've got all these newer models with the newer Super Q cab, a bit more luxury, very nice inside there. So that's one 7610 we've got there. We still have, because we need the power, the TW25 which is in there. We have a new 6610 on a PZ Sweeger's hay bob, and we have another 7610 on the drill, which has got its dual wheels on. We've still got the 82. We have got on demo at the moment this tractor, which is a 6810, so we're giving that a go to see what that's like. We have got a couple of new bale trailers from Griffiths, and we have had to get rid of the 7000. It was just too dated as a loader tractor. So we've also got a 7610 on the loader. We saved a bit of money there by putting the loader that was on the 7000 on here. So the loader wasn't too bad, but the tractor had absolutely had it. So that's what we've got now as a loader tractor. So we've got about 4 of these nice new tractors now. So hopefully they will do us for quite a while. We have currently still got our 8070 combine. That's done this year. There is word that there might be a new combine out that we may be able to get in the spring of next year, so we'll have to wait and see. So that'll be the spring of 87. But this is getting a bit dated now, but we struggle on with it. So we've just got the hay bob ready, and we're just going to go and shake out a bit of hay. We're making some very late hay. It's practically, well, it's just started September of 86, but it is still quite warm, so we're just making a little bit of last minute hay as it's been so warm. So we've just got one field down there to go and do at the moment, which was mowed a few days ago. and it's been cooking ever since. So we've just got to turn it over. So here we are. So just make sure that's all set up properly. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning now. So I don't think this will be too bad today, so hopefully we might have to shake it out again later, but hopefully by this evening we can get this bowled. Once the sun's been on it for a while. Much more luxurious than the old Q cab. Right, that's turned that field over. So we'll just pop that back in the shed for the time being. We also have this new Mashio power harrow, which is probably a little bit too much for this tractor. That's why I put it on the loader 7610 and not the 6810. I don't think it'll cope with it. So we've taken the weight off, obviously, in the barrel spike. So it's going to power harrow a field that we've ploughed up recently. That's going back being reseeded with grass, so it's a little drive away. So we're off to do that job now with this. So we've basically arrived at the field we want now. Right by our railway line. Quite a bit marshy, so we've ploughed it up to reseed it. I say, it dried out enough to do something with it this year, so it is quite dry, so we've got to go quite slowly for this to smash it up enough to make a seed bed. So some of the other guys back at the farm will deal with shaking out that hay later, because we're going to be out here pretty much all day. Train going by there. Practically right out the middle of nowhere this is, so I probably won't see anyone all day. Until I go home tonight. So like I say, we're going to be out here for a while, so we will be back next week with another series on the era of SuperQ, and we'll probably be doing that in the spring after this winter. Okay, it looks like our man's putting the plough on. So, welcome back to part 2 of 1986-1987. So, we are actually not in the spring. We've had to, I just haven't had time. We are actually in July now. And today we're mainly going to be focused on our 2 jobs that we've got going on out over here. Which is finishing off some combining and some muck spreading. So we were very lucky in the spring to get hold of a brand new combine, much awaited. So there is our 7610 on a grain trailer. This is the first year we've grown this, which is linseed, and we have a brand new Holland TX36, which is a great improvement on what we had. So we're in quite a fairly large field of linseed out here. So this is the last crop we've got to harvest, and this has done exceptionally well. We've only had one problem with it this year. So it came out quite quickly and thick. So things are progressive. Technology's getting better. design of the machinery is getting better, the way it works. Bigger machinery and bigger parts and stuff, less likely to break. So we are just over here. Left a load of tractor out here yesterday when we started. Just leave the Land Rover here. Workers already come out with the 8.2. We have still got this west spreader. Very noisy, that train. So we have still got this west spreader, but I think this is the last year we're going to have it. It's not going to last any longer than using it for this season really now. So we'll have to change that for something else. Apparently they have gone into production and they're making better ones than this prototype that we've had for a little while now. So we'll get this loaded up. So you started that already, getting it warmed up. They carted quite a lot of manure out over the winter out here. So our worker's going to carry on loading in a minute. So we're just going to go over in this. Try and pick up where we left off yesterday. Going along quite quick out here, so try and make it spread over the whole field. So this field I think is going to be pretty much the last time we use this spreader. Before it falls to pieces. So we'll contact them and see what they want to do with it, or whether we're just going to scrap it because it's rusted and its chassis is not much good much longer. So it's just unsafe to take it anywhere, especially on the road. So it's early evening here now. So the 82 is just spreading that load. And a TW25 has come out here, one of our workers, and he started ploughing that in. So they'll be going for a little bit longer tonight, I expect. Yeah, so you reckon you'll go for about another 20 minutes? Yeah, then it'll be too damp on it, so yeah, just leave the combine out here and bring the tractor and trailer back. Okay. So folks, from this era, hello and welcome back to the Ford farm. We are now in 1989-1990. Just finishing feeding the animals today, this morning. Give those down the ends some brewer's brains. Quite claggy, wet old stuff that is, so it goes on the forks alright, doesn't fall through too much. We'll just put this in down here. Do that lot for today. So we'll just pop this back here. So a lot's happened in the last 2 years. Things have got better for the farm. This isn't a 7610 anymore. This is a new tractor that we've just got, a 7810 with a brand new loader. We're still using our old implements at the moment, but we've got a new tractor and loader there, which we've had for about a week or two. So we've got a new 7810. Used our old weight on that. Our jobs for today are mowing and fertilising, I think. So the old manure trailer has gone because that was pretty dilapidated. We're now using the what used to be the grain trailer as the manure trailer. This company West did go into production of those muck spreaders, and we actually bought one of the ones that they started selling. So we've got that. We had got a newer Mashio power harrow after that first one we've had. We bought 2 Griffiths grain trailers. There's one of them. We have gone back to making our own silage rather than getting contractors in. We have had to get a new Gregory Besson plough because the Del Desert was getting a bit too old. So we got that about 6 months ago. There's the other Griffiths trailer over there. We have got some homemade trailers for silage, which we've bought in and had them specially made. So we need something a bit bigger than these. So the combine is not in here because we used this for straw last year. So we literally had both sheds full right up, and we've sold a lot of straw off of what we now contract as contract ground, because we have expanded the farm. We are currently waiting for another 1 or 2 other tractors to turn up, which hopefully should be here fairly shortly. We're waiting for some of the new 8210s. And we've got to get making some silage. So our guy's just changing the blades on the mower. And we also have this nice new Ford 7910. So tractors are getting bigger and more powerful. So we've got that lovely 7910, which is slightly engine power lower than an 8210, but exactly the same size. Exactly the same as an 8210, apart from the engine size is a bit lower with horsepower. The combine's obviously living in here because the shed was full up with straw. And we have got a new super cute TW25 on a newer drill, a power harrower and drill. So all these newer tractors are basically within the last 6 months. We still have, the only tractor we have got here is the old TW25. We kept hold of that one in case we needed it. The 8.2 has now gone. We've had to sell that. We trade that in with some of the ones we've got. It was just getting a bit too, it done a bit too much work really since it had been here. Obviously the TX36 is there. And we are off out in another new tractor that we got last year. So we've got a new fertiliser spreader set up, because now instead of small bags they've started doing big bags of fertiliser, so we don't have to use this anymore. So we've got a crane lift on an Amazon spreader to lift up these new big bags on a TW15, which has been pretty good. So we did use that on the plough for a little while we're waiting for the newer TW25. So that's what we're going to do today, jump in this and go fertilising. We've got some wheat, I think it is, to fertilise. It's now May. Squeeze through there. So he's off cutting grass in a bit, so we can fill this pit up here for the winter. We've also got a new car. The old Land Rover was getting a bit dilapidated, so we bought a new one. We've just bought this, it's not long been out, a Land Rover Discovery TDI 200 to get around in. So we're just off to the field that's just over the road in front of us there. That's one of the fields that we contract farm. So we've got wheat out here, and it needs a little bit of fertiliser. So we'll get cracking on this and get this all fertilised today. And we can go and check him out and see how he's getting on mowing in a while. Ready for silaging tomorrow. The word is these other tractors are coming tomorrow, and a new forage harvester that we've ordered, which is a trail one. So we've got that spreader flipped up a little bit slightly, so it just flings it the maximum out. So that's full up on here. When we lift the bags, not too heavy on here. Purrs away quite nicely, this TW15. Been a pretty nice tractor. These Super Q ones haven't been too bad. The previous Q cabs weren't too bad. Likes of the 7, 6 and 600. The four-wheel drive version we had didn't last very long. They had lots of problems with the four-wheel drive on them. Weren't quite up to scratch. Just pick another bag up from here, so we just attach that to the hook. Lift that back up, and then we're ready to go again. So that one bag should do us out there. So we'll get out there and finish that field. So, and we'll come back in a minute and we'll jump in the car and go and see how he's getting on mowing for silage tomorrow. Yeah, no worries. So you can definitely get your guys over tomorrow, at least 2 trailers. Just give us a hand. We need some extra trailers, because we are going to be wanting to get this silage in tomorrow. We're all getting it ready today, so okay, we'll see you tomorrow then. Okay, bye. Right, that's some more trailers sorted out for tomorrow. Need extra help when we're pretty busy. A few lads with their own tractors and trailers and stuff do a little bit of contracting. Quite a wide headland. Been out here about 2 or 3 hours now. I think he started off down that far end near that housing estate. We have contracted a guy in to row this all up. He's over at the place that's about 4 miles away. I think he should be finishing over there shortly. He's going to get in here later this afternoon. Starting here. Nice old thick cloth of grass out here. Seems to be cutting very nice. Okay, so let's have a quick chat with him. He's getting on pretty well out here. So they'll carry on till this is done. Probably going to be pretty dark by the time he's done out here. But this will all be ready for next time, hopefully. Good morning and welcome back to 1989, 1990. We've got quite a busy day today. There's a dog. You keep away from that road down there. I think 2 of our helpers have turned up. And I think our new tractors have arrived late yesterday as well. So, we've got a lot going on here. This is one of our people who have come to help with a TW10 and their JH Ford trailer. This is our 7910, which is on a New Holland 819 forage harvester. That also came yesterday, so that's our new forager here. And our 2 new tractors that have gone on our homemade trailers. Both the 8210s turned up, so that's that 3 items we're expecting. So we can crack on with our silage now. There is one other guy over here that's come. He's got a, he's treated himself to a 7810. It's one of those ones, yeah, it's one of the ones with air conditioning. So he must be making quite good money doing contracting. And he's got a wooden trailer. We haven't got a loader substantial enough of a pit, so we've got this contractor come in to clamp the silage with this. Case wheel loader. The other guys were out yesterday just planting a bit of oilseed radish. So one was out power harrowing and the other one was on the power harrowing drill on the TW25 and TW15 there. So I think they finished late last night, so I just left them in the yard here. I think the TW25 is going to be put away shortly, and the TW15 is going to be put on a sprayer we're going to test out. But our sprayer at the moment is that night sprayer that's just over here. But we have now got a demo night sprayer which is trailed, which is just here, and we're going to give that a go at today as well. So we'll start getting everything sorted out so we can get on. So that is everything started up. They came with fill up with fuel. So the other 2 that are helping us have gone off up to the field. One of them is putting the power harrow away, and we just put the TW15 on this to give that sort out and get it filled up. Right, so we're on the move. I'm going to take one of these brand new 8210s up the road. So we're just up the road here. Our contractor we have rowing up, I think he finished off this morning and went on to bigger and better things. Probably more rowing up. Right, so we'll get set up in here. So he's just making some quick adjustments to this machine and we can get on. So we're on the forager, making sure that's all running alright. Quite a whine this thing's got to it, and these things had when they were out. You could probably hear some of silage in about 4 miles away. Doing very well on the 7910. So we've got a full load. I think we've just got a little issue with sorting out with some electrics on it. We'll get this first load back. Right, so that's tipped that first load out in the pit. So one of our other guys is going to take over now. And I can go and check out how he's getting on with spraying. Just go across our grass for us, they're going around the road. It's out here on our right. We're growing some pretty good weed-free crops now. And all the chemicals getting a bit better. He's finished that run, he's just turning. How's it going? Running alright? Yeah, well, we'll see how we do with it. Alright, I'll let you get on. I'll get out of the way before it takes the legs out. We've got that for a couple of days, so we're going to try and do quite a bit of spraying with it. As long as the weather is alright. Certainly a bit wider than the thing we've got. Hello and welcome to autumn 1996. So we're just in the garage. I just had to pop in. Just had to cart a load of stuff somewhere. So, but on here we have got Ford A340. Now we've had 3 of these. We've had these for about a year or so now, and a 7840, so that's what we've been using. One of the 8210s is gone. I think the TW15 has gone. But we are expecting some new tractors today to be delivered. So we're just on our way back to the farm because they should be with us quite shortly. So we'll get back there. So these seem to pretty much replace the 8210s. Have been very good. They haven't been without their faults, which is why we're getting a newer version today. But we've actually got two different tractors coming. Obviously both Fords. With it being 1994, see if you can guess what the other one's going to be before it shows up. So we've been itching to get some new tractors because these have been a bit... They've had their problems, but they've been mostly alright. The farm has changed a little bit since we last put out a video a few years ago. I'll just drop that trailer off there. So that's that. Looks like this one's running. We had that one out and cleaned it up a bit. Clean these ones up as much as we can, but obviously they're a bit worn because we've been using them for the last year or so. So we've got another drill in here. So one of the old 8210s is in there from a few years ago. Paint's coming off that a little bit. So we've only got that one of them left. We've traded the others in. The other one and the PW15 against these new things that are coming. We've had this drill dropped off yesterday, so we're going to try this out. The old drill was getting a bit knackered. We have changed one thing on the farm now, and that is JCP has started making loaders for farms. So we knew they did an earlier one, a farm special 520, but we never went with that. We went with the next version up, which is about this era now. So we went with the 52567 as the loader had a few problems, probably quite a few problems, so they've perfected it a bit more with this one. And it's a lot better than using a tractor and loader. A lot more built for the job it's supposed to do. A lot better for the bales and manure and stuff. We have only got one of the JH Ford trailers now. Muck spreader is still there. We've had a new barn put up. The old Dutch barn that was here was pretty much collapsed or collapsing, so we've had to get it knocked down, and we've had a brand new shed put here for bales. So we had that built in the last sort of like 6 months, earlier this year. Got another bale trailer, got a Marshall bale trailer. The old New Holland TX36 sits in here. We have got the TW25 Super Q. I think that's out, I don't see it, it's out cultivating. We've got quite a big cultivator ripper on that, as we seem to be going away from ploughing a little bit. We're not doing quite as much ploughing now as we used to in the beginning. The old Land Rover's still here. A lot of the paint's coming off. Dog keeps climbing all over it. Yeah, we've still got that at the moment. So I think really we're just waiting for this lorry to turn up this morning. I don't think there's anything around here. Obviously we don't do any little square barrels anymore, we just do round barrels. We've also had a new grain shed. Forgot to mention that while we were standing there. The old one was pretty dilapidated, so we've had a brand new massive grain shed put up to store all our grain. No more bins. Everything's pretty much the same up there. We tend not to do brewer's grain so much now. The next thing that'll be changed probably are the cattle barns, because they're getting a bit dilapidated and rusty. And all the roofing sheets have fallen to bits. So we're looking at doing that within the next couple of years. So we'll wait for this lorry to turn up. Right, yeah, okay, just use that other one then. So they have turned up, but as of now there are going to be no more what was known as Fords on this farm, because everything is now changing to New Holland. Fords have pretty much ceased, but are still going in the background at the moment, and they seem to be sort of going in with Fiat Agri a little bit, but we're keeping the colour of blue and not terracotta. But there will be no more Fords, because everything is basically changing to New Holland under the Ford brand. So we've just got one of these to try at the moment. So we've got a New Holland 8340, which has been made a lot better than the old Ford 8340, as they've been able to sort out some of the problems and improve it a bit, so we'll be giving that a go. But we've only bought one of those for the moment. But we've bought two of something completely different, which is brand new. These are all brand new tractors anyway. But we've got two brand new New Holland 8970s. So these are proper powerhouses. We could have gone with A870s, but we thought we'd just go with the biggest. But these are 240 horsepower each. So obviously these have come from the same place, so they both pretty much got the same number plate. So we're going to be putting one of these on the drill and going out to where he's ripping ground up. And obviously the New Holland's going out power harrowing where there has been a bit of ploughing done. So we'll get them sorted out. So they're just here warming up for the moment. They've all been pre-delivery inspected and everything else now. So they're ready to go. So that's one of them parked up here. The other two have gone off power harrowing and he's put the drill on. So we need to take him out some seed. He's gone out full, but he will run out. So we'll take the JCB. So we'll get this out to the field. It's not the fastest of things on the road, but then again it's not really built for road work. Right, I've just stopped here because I've actually just bumped into one of my neighbours that has got what we've just got, but in Fiat Agri. He's had this for about a year. We've waited for hours because we wanted the new Holland ones. We could have had these, but we didn't want this version. So he's got a Fiat Agri G210. Which is probably the 8870 version. Not sure. It's not quite as big as the one we've got, engine wise. But we were offered these about a year ago. We said no. But as a lot of farmers wanted bigger tractors, a bit sooner, they settled for these. But it's all the same as the New Holland version. It's just the branding that's different, I believe, on those. He's had that for about a year and he's pretty happy with it. So hopefully ours should be okay. So we better get this seed out to him. Machinery on the landscape certainly looks like it's different than it did a few years ago. 10-20 years ago. That's the field we're going in. We've just got to go around this pond first. See our TW out there cultivating. I think that field that he's ploughing is a share farm field. It's not actually theirs, they're just contracted to do it. Well, hopefully we'll get in there soon and then we'll be doing it. So he seems to be going along okay. Not long just started, I expect you have to set that new drill up, so we'll wait for him to do a few more runs and then we can get over and set the trailer up and where we can fill him up. Just run on over and have a look at the TW. 25's going along quite nicely. So we've got this big Lemkin ripper now, which has nice little tines on it which dig down quite deep and rip it up. And it does a good job of burying all the stubble and the rubbish. So it cuts out a bit of a need for ploughing some places where the ground's not rock hard. Proving to be quite a nice autumn this year, nice and dry. Doesn't rain too much so we can get our work done. weather doesn't look too bad for the next few weeks, so hopefully we can get all our autumn work done. So we'll just leave that there like that, so he can pick those bags up when he's ready to fill himself up. So that's looking very good. So we'll let these guys get on. We'll pop back later on tonight to see how they're getting on. I shall take a long walk back to the farm. So just come over the second bridge, the railway line. Our other 8340 is out there, power harrowing. I'll go past that hedge to get to this fence. So we've got our young lad on that. So we've just set the power harrow up a little bit better than it was. So we've just done a bit of a test strip here. So he's gone up on that run now. So there's New Holland 8340 seems to be doing pretty well out here. The original 8340 was out between 91 and 94, the Ford version, and in 95 they brought the New Holland. So obviously we're in what we're in now, but we waited about a year for that as well. Thought everything get everything changed over for when we're going to need it, the autumn work. But hopefully this and the 8970s will do us quite a few years. We're going to get a lot of work done with these. Hello and welcome back to the Ford farm, and welcome to the year 2000. So we've still got the JCB. We're just going to put some new times on that because the other ones are pretty worn out. So we haven't really got any new tractors apart from one. The 8970s are still going strong. We haven't got the 8340 anymore. The 8970s seem to be covering everything from small to big jobs, but we have recently in the last year bought this New Holland TS115 and a new topper, flower topper. So we've got to do a job with that today. It's now pretty late autumn. The guys are actually out doing some of our own beans that we've neglected a little bit. They've got a bit burnt up. And we've got to go and top a field that's we've sprayed off for weeds on stubble. It's a contract shared farmed field, but they couldn't decide to the last minute what they wanted in it, so now they've decided they want something in it. We've had to spray all the weeds off, and we're going to mulch it before we cultivate it. So we sprayed it about a week ago and I think all the weeds are dead now. So we'll pop down and see how they're getting on combining, and then we'll go and sort this messy field out. So this is a pretty nice little tractor, this TS115. And it's quite small and full of power and good for doing little jobs. We normally use it to do set aside around fields, arable fields. Come in pretty handy for that. We have gone down a little bit on animals, we've gone more into arable. We're doing quite a lot of share farm work and contracting work. We have got a new combine. Should have put my flashing lights on there. Well, I think they've just come out here this morning. We started on this yesterday. So just getting everything ready. So the old Disco 300 TDI keeps playing up, but we're going to be getting a new TD5 soon. About a week we've got to wait till we get that. So the 8970 is out here on a trailer ready. And we have this new Holland TF78, which we do all our combining and contracting work with. We got that about a year ago. Pretty big old thing, quite a wide machine, so that's how we roll at the moment. We've got all the latest up-to-date stuff. These don't seem to go very fast sometimes, but they don't have to cover a lot of ground. So we've got that old Discovery going again anyway. I'm watching him pop out here, and I better go off and do what it's supposed to be doing. Hopefully this field should be done today. By late tonight. I see him off again. We better get back to our nice comfy little TS115. Yeah, I see another couple of runs on that, but it'd be a big hit out of that, so that does pretty well, that combine. So we'll get up to our field. We'll put our lights on this time. Which is actually the next one above this, but we've got to cut the road to get to it. So here we are. What an absolute mess. So it looks like all the weeds have died that we sprayed a week ago. So now they've decided they want some winter barley in there, we can get this sorted out and planted. But we're going to mulch all this lot up. Doing quite a good job of smashing that lot up. I say the flail's not too old anyway, so we'll start going up and down in here. Hopefully we'll have most of this field done today and they can get out of tomorrow and cultivate it. Start doing some strips in here a bit so we can open it up. A bit easier on the turning. So I'm just taking a break. Our student we've got working for us that's was doing the times on the JCB ran into a bit of a problem. He come down to see us, but he's brought me some sandwiches in his own car because I forgot to pick up my dinner on the way out. So I'm just going to eat these, my lunch, and he's just taken over on the tractor for a minute. So we'll see how you do doing this. Lovely sandwiches they were. Cheese, ham and pickle they were. And a packet of ready salty crisps. Just need a coffee out of my flask to wash it all down. Just let him carry on and finish this bit and then we'll take back over again. So we've been refueled and he's gone off again now, so we can carry on getting this field done. Hello and welcome back to the Ford farm, which is now pretty much turned into the new Holland farm, and it's 2023. So we've got a new Discovery which we got in 2018. I don't think we've done a video for about 20 odd years. The last video we did was in 2000, and we've been making do with all sorts of Fords up until this point. We have got or had numerous T7s from the early range right up to the modern, and we've basically survived on them. So the farm's changed quite a bit as well. We've got a load more buildings. We've been doing quite well with contract farming and all sorts of stuff. A whole range of new machinery. So if we go in this way, we've got a Richard Weston SF16 there. We've got one of our new Holland T7 HDs. We do quite a bit of contracting and share farming still. We've expanded that a lot, so we've got all the equipment we need to deal with that. We've had some of the barns taken down. We have got some beef cattle in here. The old dairy barn that you probably saw last that was here, or cow sheds rather. Cattle sheds were pretty much dilapidated, so we've had all new barns put up. So there's some beef animals in here at the moment. So we've got a JCB Lodal. So there's a Bailey trailer there, another T7 HD on some discs. We're sort of mid harvest and cultivating now. I think that had been put up quite some years ago. I think that was there last time, I can't quite remember. So much time has gone by. We've got another grain shed there. We did dismantle the other barn that we had that was like that was here, but we've kept this one. We've got the spraying equipment and fertilizer in there. We had got rid of all the silage pits as we don't really need them anymore. We do park manage a dairy farm which is about 6 or 8 miles away from here now, so everything we need to do with any animals feed wise is there. So we basically got rid of the silage pits, the one that was here, and we had this barn put up out of some of the RSJs and stuff that were from the one that was originally over there. And the silage pit that was here had been got rid of, and we've had this massive barn put up there. This is still the old workshop. There is only one tractor that we've actually got here still from the old school, and that is, it wouldn't have been on our 2000 video, it was a little bit later than that. We had an 8730 and an 8830, and this one wasn't too bad, and this is one of the old school tractors that we actually kept hold of. That's all we've got old school wise now, is this tractor, which we sometimes take out. This has been dropped off for a demo, this New Holland T8. And we've got a big old baler there. Several balers going on. We've got an old T7 on a precision fertilizer spreader. And that's our drill we've got at the moment. A Vadestad. We've got an Arcusin bale chaser. Another Richard Weston trailer in there. Sulky power harrow and a round baler and wrapper from Massey Ferguson, which we just got this year. And on our flail topper we've got a New Holland T6. That's all good for doing the little jobs. Set a disc there, but like I say, in the last sort of like 10 years, I think probably 10 years, we've been through so many T7s, it's been unreal, and a lot of them ended up in what I call the T7 graveyard, because we've robbed spares off of old things that are broken and all sorts really. I think there's one tractor over here we did have. We only ever had one of these, and that was a New Holland TM. That was a TM 155, so which has now got bushes growing out of it, so that didn't last very long. So that's in there for parts, and we've got an old T7 one of the first ones we had, T7s there, and there's another one here with no front axle, T7 215S, that all went downhill and were robbed for parts to keep the ones that we did have going. So they've just ended up sitting there now because they're not really worth anything to anyone. So, but I think someone's going out baling today, and there might be a bit of cultivating going on. We've got a bit of a farm manager that sort of decides what's going on where now, because we've got so much going on. So one of the guys has put the baler on now, on the one of those T7 HDs. So we're just coming out to where our combine is to have a look. Park here and out the way, keep out of their way. So that's the combine we've got at the moment, the new one, CR9090. We've only got one combine that does everything that we need to do. Massive old thing, this baler. It just stopped, it's got a bit of an issue with that. They started combining this side now. Very hot, hazy day today. And we're just waiting for him to turn. A bit shorter down this side. Shorter runs. Shouldn't take too long to get this lot in. Watching baling for a bit and then move on. I think someone's taking that T8 out to do a bit of disking, so let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, so we are pretty efficient at the moment. Get out of his way. One of them's brought this demo T8 out here. The subsoiler's also on demo. See how we get on. Got this for a few days. So probably going to get this build done. Like a very big bit of kit. Doesn't sound like it's struggling too much. So he seems to be doing that with ease, so perhaps we might get several builds done. So we'll leave him to it anyway. I think the only other thing we've got going on today is there's some grass being dropped. I think one of the others is putting that other T7 on that, some mowers. But we've got to go about 6 miles away for that. So we'll go and see how that's going down. We'll just pop in the old garage and go and grab a cup of coffee, and then we'll get off down there. So we've just arrived here. Looks like he's getting on quite well. This is for a contract for someone, so I think it's making this into silage bales, but we're doing everything. So one of our young guys is on the mower. So they'll probably mow this, and then they go and get a rake, and then they'll get a new Massey Ferguson baler and wrapper, and do the whole job for them. Just starting on the old short stuff. It shouldn't be too long until he's cracking out the big part of the field. Certainly doesn't hang around in that. We've got the right machinery now and the power. To get the job done. So we'll get back off to the farm. So yeah, that's basically where we've ended up. Transitioning from Fords to New Hollands, as obviously after a certain era Fords no longer existed, so we have to move to New Holland. We still run all the blue. That's basically it. So I hope you've enjoyed this series that has sort of shown what's happened over the years, and this is going to be it for this series. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you again next time. Cheers.